Now then, women are advised not to drink during pregnancy, but it's not illegal, at least not yet. However, one council in England is trying to get compensation for a 7-year-old girl whose mother drank heavily while pregnant, leaving her with fetal alcohol syndrome. We're
going to be speaking to the lawyer involved in the case in just a moment, but first let's look at the risks of drinking while you're pregnant. When a pregnant woman drinks alcohol, it gets into her baby's blood supply as well as her own. Because a baby's liver is underdeveloped, it can't break it down the way an adult can. High doses mean the baby can develop fetal alcohol syndrome. This can include symptoms such as facial deformities, learning difficulties and stunted growth. Latest figures show that more than 200 children in England live with the condition. It's unclear at what level alcohol becomes dangerous, but the NHS recommends that it's best to stay away from it altogether whilst pregnant. Well, let's talk to Solicitor Neil Sugarman, who's representing the council in today's landmark case, and Aileen McColgan, alongside him, is from the charity Birthrights. Very good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Neil, is this criminalising the excessive use of alcohol when you're pregnant?
No, I don't think so, and the reason for that is that the case today is very much about the government's criminal injuries compensation scheme. This is a state scheme which is designed to compensate people who've been injured as a result of a crime occurring. And the bottom line is it's not to do with the criminalisation of women, it's about the rights of the child who, sadly, is born with a very damaged life ahead of them.
And Aileen, do you not accept that? These children have rights and should be compensated if they go through life damaged because of their mother's behaviour?
Well, I think the question is, the question the court's deciding today is whether by drinking excessively during her pregnancy the woman committed a criminal offence. And that's the concern that Birthrights has. Birthrights is not opposed to looking after children who are disabled for any reason. Birthrights is concerned about the criminalisation of women's behaviour during pregnancy.
It may not be illegal, but it's irresponsible, is it not? And therefore,
well,
shouldn't there be some form of compensation if that's the consequence?
Again, if the compensation does not depend on the criminalisation of women, that is one thing. If the compensation depends on the criminalisation of the mother's behaviour, then that's entirely different.
Because that's the point you just made, isn't it, Neil, that you're seeking compensation on the basis that a crime has been committed, rather than just seeking compensation on the basis that there has been a terrible effect on the child?
Well, no, not really, because the way the criminal injuries compensation scheme works, basically you have to show that something tantamount to a crime has been committed.
But heavy drinking during pregnancy, then, you would say, as a result of this case, would become tantamount to a crime?
Well, I have to make two things clear. First of all, in order to qualify for an award, the birth mother has to have been drinking excessively. It's
and
not
how
just...
much is that?
Well, that's a moot medical point, but it's to excess. It's on a regular binge-drinking type basis. Secondly, it's imperative that the birth mother has been warned about the dangers and told, if you carry on drinking like this, it will damage your baby. Those are two...
Specifically by an individual, or warned generally by NICE and NHS guidelines?
Warned by individuals, whether they be social workers, health professionals, medical professionals. So those are two imperative components in order to qualify for an award.
And what do you see, Aileen, as the ramifications of this for other women? Women who may, for example, smoke, or women who take medicine during pregnancy, which may affect the unborn child?
Well, as I understand it, if this is criminal, then it is on the basis that the fetus is a person. And if the fetus is a person, the difficulty with that is you're setting up a conflict between the interests of the mother and the interests of the person who she is carrying. Those interests are not disparate from each other. They are, in fact, one and the same. And it's very important as a matter of policy that we don't separate those interests. If you say, well, the woman is a vessel for the person she is carrying, then anything she does in pregnancy could be criminalised. Heavy drinking, yes. Smoking, yes. When I was pregnant, we were told to avoid peanuts. This is 18 years ago. Now, apparently, if you avoid peanuts, you may trigger peanut allergies in your child. There's conflicting medical evidence. Women are told one thing one year, another thing another year. It's not good policy to criminalise women's behaviour in pregnancy.
It's fascinating, and it clearly could have many ramifications, and it's good to talk to you both. Thank you both very much indeed.
Later on in the programme.
Yeah.